An unmitigated disaster, a clown show, dysfunctional, a Festivus airing of grievances. That is how House Republicans are describing their own efforts to fund the government amid a looming deadline and a fractured Republican conference. Around the halls of Capitol Hill, it's becoming less of a question of if the government will shut down next week and more of a question of how long the government will shut down. For days? For weeks? With 11 days to go until the September 30th funding deadline, the Republican-led House is paralyzed and arguably further away from a spending agreement than they were at the beginning of this week, after 5 conservative Republicans tanked a procedural vote on a bill to fund the military, and GOP leadership was forced to scuttle another vote on a short-term spending bill, one that was negotiated by these members. Now, despite all that, this morning Speaker McCarthy tried to project confidence that funding could and would get done.
We are. The members are already in meeting. I think we're making some progress. We made some progress last night. Look, it's not September 30th. The game is not over, so we continue to work through it. And I've been at this place many times before, and we're going to solve this problem. Look, I don't know if any of you ever played sports. Did you quit before the game was over? If you went into overtime, did you quit during that time too? I think this is where the most significant change happens.
Now, granted, there are 11 days to go, and in Congress time, that could be practically a lifetime. The last deal the Speaker wrangled on the debt ceiling passed the House with just days to go until a government default. But even if the game isn't over, McCarthy's options are severely limited if he wants to keep his job, and we all presume that he does. He could try to appeal to his party's hardliners and give them whatever they want to get something passed. You could call that the Christmas comes early for the Freedom Caucus option. But the problem is that bill would be dead on arrival with the Senate and with the White House, and it would actually do nothing to keep the government itself open. Which brings us to option 2, bipartisanship. Speaker McCarthy could work across the aisle to try to find votes to get a short-term funding agreement passed, but doing that could cost him his job, because the hardliners inside his conference have vowed to hold a vote to oust him as Speaker if that happens. And it's that dysfunction creates a very real possibility that nothing can get done and that the government just shuts down. Right now, that appears to be the most likely outcome. This afternoon, I spoke to a couple of House Republicans on the steps of the Capitol about the mess they're in, including Congressman Chip Roy, a member of the House Freedom Caucus, who warned Speaker McCarthy against seeking any help from Democrats to avoid a shutdown. As we get closer to the deadline, do you also get closer to the possibility you're going to have to rely on Democrats and bipartisanship to get this done?
I mean, not me. I mean, look, you know, I'm not going to go cut that deal. I mean,
You'd rather see a shutdown.
Let's go ride the horse and let's go get this done. We have a job to do. Let's go move it forward.
Congress, what do you say to people back home who may not follow this that closely, but just expect you guys to get this very basic function of your job done and fund the government?
We're dysfunctional.
It's just that simple.
That's simple. We are so dysfunctional.
There you have it. The dysfunction in Congress is the tip of the spear of an unsettling political depression in America. A new report from Pew highlights the dismal and cynical view of politics that Americans hold about Congress, candidates, and government. Get this, only 5% of Americans, 5%, say the political system works very or extremely well, while nearly 3/4 say it doesn't work too well, if at all. And trust in the government has hit a 70-year low, with just 16% saying they trust the federal government to do the right thing all or most of the time. Keep those numbers in mind the next time there's a debate about saving our democracy, because right now voters don't seem to view our current system as very much worth saving.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.